And that's why you do what you do. That's good. Okay. Hi, everyone. We're really excited to have you here today. We're really pleased to present the work and the collaboration that we've done with Mount St. Mary College and the progression from last year to this year. This is our second year of our partnership. So we're really thrilled to share this with you. I'm going to put the slides in the chat, if that's okay. And I'm also going to share my slides. I can't see anything. And I believe these will also be shared if they have they'll do recordings of the work. So these will also be shared as well, I think at the very end. Just a little couple of housekeeping things. I have to leave about at 11:53. I have a class that comes in at 12. I am in the middle of a teaching day that is 30 ninth grade students. So it's going to get a little chaotic. So I'm just going to have to leave the presentation at that point. So fun is right. Exactly. So it just gets too crazy. So I think that we'll finish up by then. But we can certainly, I know that Dr. Fothergill or Mr. Eitri, if he's still here, can continue on. So thank you very much. I'll share my screen. And okay. So here we are. So our topic today for computer science, CS for NY today, is our university partnerships to advance computer science education in secondary schools. And we're very excited to share this with you today. So please put any questions that you have in the chat. I think specifically, is there anyone attending or implementing a university partnership of your own throughout New York State? We would love to hear about that. And that would be terrific. We would, be great to share out what you're doing and kind of bounce ideas off of you. So our session speakers, I'll introduce myself and then pass it on. My name is Elizabeth Thomas Capello. I teach computer science at Newburgh Free Academy. We have a link of our computer science pathway. We are almost to the approval process. We're getting closer. So I work with the CTE department. And Dr. Fothergill?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Lee Fothergill. I am a professor of mathematics at Mount St. Mary College, and I'm also the director of the NIGHT program, which is a dual enrollment program that we have with area schools. I currently am teaching Python as well this semester.
Mr. Eitri?
I'm John Eitri. I'm the Director of Career and Technical Education for Newburgh Schools. Those who may not know, that is a vocational program that is in a school district rather than a BOCES. And we have 19 pathway programs, and a major part of those pathways is articulation agreements.
That's great. Okay, so today we want to just kind of outline the development of our partnership together, how this started, and the growth that we're seeing. We want to talk about the collaboration that we have between Mount St. Mary and Newburgh Free Academy, and challenges that we had last year that we were able to address this year and implement some changes that were needed, and the future developments that we'd like to have, and anybody that could share what they're doing, that would be terrific. And again, please put any questions that you have in the chat. And we want to make this a conversation. So at any time you want to jump in, we can stop whatever we're talking about and just address what the question could be. And same with our speakers, we can interrupt each other too.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Fothergill.
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, we started an initiative where we wanted to reach out to local school districts and try to find ways that we can collaborate more. And one of the school districts we had thought about was Newburgh, and we've had many conversations over the past. They're right in our same city, and what was nice is Elizabeth Capella had done some adjuncting with us as well. So we had a nice connection there. She had taught some courses for us on our campus, and we connected. So we have met a couple times to try to determine what courses will work currently and then in the future. Hopefully this can expand. And we're up to about 5 or 6 schools in the area. And some of the things that we've tried to do was help students realize that for some of them, college is attainable and affordable to them. Some of these students in a city school may say, my parents never went to school. Why should I go to school? So I think that's and when I say school, I meant college. So that's one of the things that we want to try to do is kind of increase high school graduation rates in local school districts, as well as increase the exposure to our college, our private college in the area. It is a nice pipeline that will help the students, connect. We try to build in campus tours and talk about the jobs that are available for them in 4 years. We met and Elizabeth and I kind of tried to figure out what courses were best for her school district and her population. I know they're working with some other schools in the area as well. But the hope is that we create computer science tracks within the Newburgh School District. I know they're working on a technology wing, and the hope is that we can create a few different courses. We've even kind of pushed into the cybersecurity area, and we're hoping to do a cybersecurity workshop to get teachers teaching computer science as well as cybersecurity Mount St. Mary College courses at the high school level. So it has been a great initiative, and I can expand on any area. It is a reduced tuition. Again, just trying to let the students know that this is something that they can do. And again, I think it helps promote students finding a field or a track that they're interested in and saying, this could be a future career for us. So we meet with the school district. We find out what courses they are interested in teaching, and then kind of build upon that. And sometimes it's one course, and sometimes it is more than one course. And we're looking at trying to create these tracks, almost pathways to help aid in the dual enrollment part.
Mr. Eatry, do you want to chime in with the structure?
Sorry, I was trying to type something in the messages. Karen brought up that she knows Steve Perry, who works with me in the New York State Resource Center, and he is I call him my God, because whenever I need something or I don't understand something or I need clarification, I go to him. Even if he's not sure, he asks others and always comes back to me, and I do appreciate him more than he'll ever know.
Wow, that's great. So
the approval process is very important to us. First of all, to bring in an articulation agreement with our school district, we have to present it to our curriculum committee. That's a small committee of our board members that meet. They look over the agreement. They make sure it's open to all students. They make sure it has the right, jargon, all that fun stuff, and then it goes to the board for approval. These articulation agreements are especially important to me as a director of career and tech ed, because articulation agreements are a major part of the pathway approval process. I actually find these articulation agreements harder than any of the parts, because this is where the school is giving reduced tuition, or sometimes in certain schools, they're giving away a credit or two to get the kids. They look at the curriculum maps, they make sure it aligns with the college course, and then they will make sure that the kids get credits at those universities, trade schools, or colleges. And that is a major part of the process for us. So having Mount St. Mary, literally, we're in their front yard, not their backyard. I could walk there quickly and jump behind the screen. But And I have to say, I am an alumni of Mount St. Mary, so I'm a major advocate for that school. But it's been wonderful having them, and it really just expands for our students. I would ask Liz to tell us a little bit about the first year that we just met with them, and we had a young man who had trouble. Wasn't going to go away to college because of family situations.
Mm-hmm.
Walked him over there. Do you remember this young man?
Yes, exactly. That was a couple of years ago. Mount St. Mary, just a little promotion for them. They're really are so welcoming to our local, to our students, but they really want to integrate themselves into Newburgh. They've got a really large heart as far as involving the community, and they opened their doors to one of our students. He was able to go around the campus. He had never been in a college campus. He was completely blown away, and they were able to make the tuition happen for him. He was able to attend the school, and we really are just so thrilled to have them as our partner, and it makes a big difference.
Well, it just shows
students.
how important these are to our students. Right there alone, we saved a kid who absolutely should be going to college and got him into something local that he can now walk to, so he doesn't have dorm fees. I mean, there was so much benefit to it for him. Mm-hmm. I also did want to talk about scheduling in Newburgh. Computer science is a major push for me in our school district. So this year, I started a computer science program in our 4 middle schools. We hired teachers, and we are doing it through Lego education, because currently I'm working with grade 6. The kids create objects using Lego packets, but then they operate those vehicles by putting in codes into the computer. I have to say, I've been to 2 of our buildings twice or 3 times. Okay. The kids are so engaged. They don't even know strangers walked into the room. They're just engaged. I'm talking to their teacher. One goes, "Oh, when did you get in here?" And so, like, it's kind of fun to see kids so engaged. The other point of doing this for the Newburgh schools is, Liz and I have did a little bit of a data dive, in that we find that we are lacking females and kids of diversity coming into our high school computer science program. So I want kids to know they're all capable of going into this field. And it is an extremely important field, and it is where we're going as a society. So then connecting them to a college, getting them into the program, and then having somebody like Mount St. Mary there, it's like I'm leading them from the beginning to the end if they get confidence in doing this. The other thing is they are applying math. And a lot of kids say, "I hate math, it's so awful, blah, blah, blah." But meanwhile, when they do a hands-on activity that applies math, then all of a sudden they see the reason for math. And then it becomes not as fearful, or they want to learn it more because they want to do more in our computer science classes. So sorry I went on and on there.
No, I think that's great. And I really appreciate you bringing in the piece. We are trying to get more females, and
actually, Liz, you did a great activity last year, and it was very fun. She said, "Bring a girl to computer science class." And yes. I thought that was brilliant. Yeah. And I think she had a decent turnout. And actually, this year she has increased numbers in females.
We have.
So, I mean, it's not where we want it, but it's a lot better than it was.
Exactly.
So it's exciting. Something as simple as that got young ladies moving. I'm really hoping in 2 years we see a major hit.
Exactly.
And I just want to mention, before we went on the previous slide, it does have our articulation agreement, and it gives you a little bit of an idea on, if you click that should work, and you can kind of see we can make that specific to your school. Also, there's a link for Mount St. Mary College and also the Mount St. Mary Night program. So if there are some needs or interests into getting into the program, you can always reach out to me, and that's within the links as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm a little nervous about our sharing, so I appreciate you going back to that slide. And just a little bit, so Dr. Fothergill, do you want to talk about the how you recruit the teachers? I mean, you spoke about us as a connection, but also maybe your other teachers, but then how we register the students.
Yeah. So we actually, So in terms of teachers, it usually goes through the school district. Sometimes there's connections. So what's nice about it is there is some academic freedom. I know sometimes when you partner with state schools, I know our local state school, they'll give very specific requirements of exactly what needs to be taught in which way, and actually give you exams or final exams. There's a little more academic freedom because we are a private school, allowing the teacher to kind of go and use their interest to, go in whatever direction their expertise is in or their background is in. And we treat these students as actual MSMC students. They're going to register just as a student and go through the process to kind of see what it's like to be a student. They'll get an actual transcript at the end. And it is, we walk them through it. It's nice and interact. I'm usually the lead person on every single stage of it to make sure that the students feel comfortable with that whole process of registering for courses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would also add that the communication between myself and Dr. Fothergill and Mr. Eitri is just a really, really seamless connection. We email, each other for just any kind of questions, and that line of communication that we have developed is really important. Yeah. Okay, so I think we were finished with this slide. Okay. Oh, and yeah, the transcripts. The students would go back to Mount St. Mary for any of the transcript that they have. It's also listed in the NECSD transcripts that they have.
Yes.
At the end of their time. So from my standpoint, and Dr. Fothergill, please chime in. So the use of the instructional materials. I receive a syllabus from at Mount St. Mary. I use the syllabus structure and the course outline. As Dr. Fothergill was saying, I do have some freedom to play around with what that looks like for our students, but I really try to follow the path of the college class. I think that's important that they get the feel of what the college course will be, and so I stick to that as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. So we do give each teacher a syllabus and just like any adjunct that would teach at our college, and that's kind of the way we treat these teachers, as if they're adjuncts. We're given any resources they need, some projects if they're interested in. They are not required to do any of the projects, but sometimes it's neat to collaborate with these adjuncts. And it does, right? If you think about a syllabus, it lays out the percentages in each areas, whether it's, a certain percentage on tests and a certain percentage on projects. But again, as I mentioned, the academic freedom, they're allowed to change those numbers as however they would like. And again, they can even go into different areas if they want. Generally at the end of the semester, just like any adjunct, they send it to back to the chair, and I'm somewhat the chair of this part, the chair person, and I will approve the syllabus, just making sure it has all this the requirements. One of the things that we talk about is the student learning outcomes, the SLOs, the student learning outcomes. We want to make sure that the course is meeting those outcomes. And then throughout the semester, there's ongoing communication.
Thank you. Yeah, if there's any questions again about anything, please put it in the chat. We can answer those and even stop. I can't see anybody. So there is a really good support system that's been built out. I utilize the curriculum resources I did last year, and I have kind of shifted into using some of our own while also using some of the resources that the Mount has. But so I've implemented using a little bit of my own. They do provide all the administrative support as far as the registration and the payment. Nothing of that sort is taken care of on my end, which is great. So
and in different areas and in different programs, some adjuncts, some teacher adjuncts will ask for a little more mentoring than others. The first couple years, we find that, the teachers are asking questions, or these teacher adjuncts are asking questions, and we'll spend some time making sure that they, like I said, meeting the needs of the students.
Thank you. So this is just a couple of images. This is Dr. Fothergill visiting one of our courses. We were delving into a little bit of game design at a piece, and we were using a program called Construct, with the college uses as well. It's a British-based game design company. I can put the link in the chat. So this is just a quick visit that he had made to our course, and was able to speak about Mount St. Mary. So
it was a nice visit. We got to see what the students were doing throughout the semester. I believe it was back in the early spring, and seeing the students working on these projects and these games. So I had mentioned game cybersecurity, and I know this is about computer science, but we have a game programming major that is somewhat new, and it's nice to see that we did try this for a year with the group at Newburgh, and it was neat to see these students excel and expand and get excited. They were excited to share some of what they were working on with me while I was there. And at the same time, I think it's exciting for these students to see a college professor come in and kind of see their work, and talk about what they can do after high school.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That was great. And I think these images are really reflective of the type of relationship that we have, where it's a really good back and forth. We're close enough that, the professors can come in and visit, and we really encourage that. It's really important for our students to experience as much as they can.
Yeah, and actually, I had forgot about this till just now. Early in the year, I did a Zoom meeting with you all, for a little bit, just talking about the program. Exactly.
So I think just moving into challenges with implementation. From a teacher standpoint, scaffolding challenging lessons, adapting college resources, and the length of the course. So our first year was last year, and we actually started with a course, and then we can see at the bottom, I have in bold, we have year 2. So I guess I can kind of swing into that. We started off the course with a web design course, which was 2 quarters, 2 high school quarters, and that was for 3 credits. The third and the fourth quarter was another course, and that was a game design / development course.
Right, just like in a fall and a spring semester.
Exactly. So it ended up being a 6. They could actually earn 6 Mount St. Mary credits college for Mount St. Mary College in 1 year. It proved to be a little bit of a challenge in scaffolding lessons. And what I mean by that is the students that had come into the course last year, some of them did not have any programming experience. So in order to expand the lessons that the college required learning JavaScript and delving into some of those web design components that really involve programming, and then getting into the game development for another 2 quarters, which also required JavaScript, proved kind of a challenge. There was a lot of further development that I had to do with the students before they even got to that level. So when I speak about adapting the college resources to our lesson, that was a challenge last year.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
you know, Elizabeth kind of called me this summer and thought that this was a little ambitious. I think is a word that we can describe. I mean, for the game design program, we, as Elizabeth said, we use Construct, which is a little. I don't know if anyone's used that. It's a little bit of a drag and drop system, but it is somewhat complex, and I can see some students having trouble with it the first time through. So, and we kind of, you know, kind of picked each other's brain on how we could maybe change year two, and is there a different course, and maybe just go down to one course rather than two courses, and spread it out over a year. And what's nice about this is we're describing, you know, two different scenarios based on the you know, what we thought worked with the students, and we're realizing that a course like this is probably more better for this population.
Exactly. And I would say that's not really on Mount St. Mary end. I would say that's more on, and I know that anybody here who is in a high school, the guidance really is somewhat determinant of who is in a course. We can recruit as much as we want, but it does come down to the guidance. So they were putting students without any programming experience in the course. So if they're going to do that, that's completely fine. But we needed to then adapt a course that Mount St. Mary has. So we moved into what's called the Survey of Computing. And that matched up with another course that they had. So instead of earning 6, the students will only earn 3 credits, but we are off to an incredible start with that course. We did modify that from year 1 to year 2. The way we've developed this now, we have quarter 1, which is cybersecurity. This is off to an incredible start. I'm really excited about that, and we use Cyber Range for this. We're getting into teaching the command line, which has been just a dream of mine for a long time. Our quarter 2 is going to be based in artificial intelligence. Quarter 3 is going to be back to the web design, which will only be a quarter. And then quarter 4 will be back to our game design and development, but we're changing the platform to be a little more adaptable to the students. So we're fulfilling the requirement of Mount St. Mary, but we're also adapting it to the needs of our schools, which I think is a testament to the communication that we have and the relationship that we have developed. So any questions about any of that? So quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. This also leads, from my standpoint, is exposing more students to different types of technology careers so they can get a feel about what they might like to do, what really sticks with them, and then just thinking about the interest framework, what sparks that interest, so they can continue on and develop that further in college or in any kind of independent study work.
Yeah, and at Mount St. Mary College level, this is our intro to like a computer science course. It, as you said, it explores all the different majors and different fields that they could get into. You know, we have a cybersecurity major, a game programming major, and an information technology major. And we really kind of look at, you make this an intro course for all of our majors, and it's a nice way to kind of get the students excited about fields in computing.
That's great. So I think future development and success with this. So I wanted to talk about the community building piece, and I know this might link to another piece. We started this last year with our web design. This links to, oh, you know what? I think I have it here in these slides. Yeah. So just talking about the community piece, we partnered with a local group to design a website for the Newburgh Chess Club last year. We were able to mostly complete it, but continuing also with the partnership with the Mount, we want to kind of make this a full circle piece where we also involve the community. So that was really exciting for me as a teacher, which is another reason why I wanted to get into this Mount work, because I wanted us to see, okay, Mount St. Mary's got such a strong, strong presence here in Newburgh. How else can we bring in other partners that can just make this between Newburgh Free Academy, Mount St. Mary, and this all of the amazing community organizations that we have here. So this is some work that we did a little bit last year. We partnered with the Newburgh Chess Club in order to bring in just kind of build a website for them. So that was some of our pictures with that.
And in terms of the college level, service learning is really big on our campus. The idea of, giving back, and, we've worked with Habitat for Humanity locally and other areas where they will go out, whether it's in a math or, my background is in math. So whether it's, taking some math and doing some analyzing for them, or, as Elizabeth did, building a website for them. Those are all ways that the students can learn as well as give service. I always say it's more than 120 credits. You want to find ways that you can give back, and giving back and volunteering is important. So it kind of kills two birds with one stone. It also really goes after what Mount St. Mary's about is this idea of being a community and working with the community together to make us better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so Mount St. Mary is going to be coming to our building. As we shared, they'll be looking, more at us. They're welcome. Our door is open at any point in time whenever anybody from the college wants to come. I really hope that we can have some student visits as well. I would love the Mount students to come in and maybe help and work with our students. I think that mentorship is really important. We would love to do that as well. And we are trying to plan a visit to Mount St. Mary in, I would say, November. We've been having some very small conversations about that in November, to come, and our students can come to the school and get a tour of the school, see the computer science department, and just hear a little bit more about what being a college student is all about.
And if you are interested in dual enrollment through Mount St. Mary College, you definitely can reach out to me.
Let me see what we have. So if we would love to hear about how could a similar partnership be implemented in your district. I can share the slides again as well, and I would really hope that you could reach out to us if there's any questions or further any information that you have. And let me go back. I'm always so excited to go back to the screen because I've been sharing my screen the whole time, so I haven't seen anybody. So please let us know. I'm going to put the slides in the chat again. And so Bonnie, thank you very much. Yeah, I have my class will be coming in about 4 minutes. So let me put the slides in the chat again. And so we have a couple of things. Let me just read this chat. I was talking about 9th grade. Okay. And then, so our school has several partnerships, but none for computer science. Oh, okay. Bonnie, where are you from? If you're here. She might have walked off. Okay. Okay. That's good. If there's any questions,
if there is interest, like if Bonnie's interested to reach out, she can. I don't know if she's still here. It doesn't look like it, but anyone can reach out. Being further away may be a little more difficult, but in terms of New York State is, my wife teaches in Warwick, and as someone mentioned, she's working with colleges out of the state. And I kind of think of it as, we talk about buying local. The hope is that we get back to going to school somewhat local, or making these connections locally.
That's great. Thank you so much. So that is the presentation that we have today. I hope I'm not cutting it short too much, but please put anything in the chat. We'd love to hear from you and hear more about what you're doing, and if there's any way that we can help in Newburgh, that would be great. We're so thrilled with our CTE department and the work that we've been able to do. And here's our friend Karen, our fan, our super fan Karen. If you were here, Karen, this is what I would give you. I would give you one of our official Newburgh CS Pathway glitter stickers. I'll send you one, Dr. Fothergill.
Right.
John will walk one down. Thank you so much, and
Thank you.
Please feel free to reach us if you need to. And I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your conference. Web development for 10th grade. I'll try to reach out. Oh yeah. Oh great.
Yep.
Thank you, Joan. Please, even next year. I mean, if you want to have a quick Zoom about our experience and some of the web development. I've been teaching that for a few years now, and so 6. So if there's anything I can help with, please let me know as well. So thank you.
Yeah, and right, we could make that a college credit if interested.
And thank you so much to both of you for doing this. This has been fun.
This was exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.